Yeah, man. Welcome to another episode of the Be Limitless Today podcast. I'm your host, Jarvis Cobb, and this is episode 18. And it's been a while, people. It's been a while. I have not done much content over the last 2 years. And why haven't I done that? I had a son, and I've been a dad, and I've been on dad duty, and I've been loving every minute of it. Man, it's been such a blessing. My son is just amazing. He's a little over 2 years old now, and it's life is so different. It's so different. And you just it's so night and day, and you just can't imagine what it was like before the kid. You just lose all. It's just it had no meaning, it had no real traction to it. It's just so different now, man. And I'm loving it. But that's where I've been over the last 2 years. But I wanted to get back on the mic. I wanted to get back to inspiring people because today, if you can see, it is currently, come on, lock in. May 3rd. Seriously. It is May 3rd at 2:28 a.m. It is my birthday, people. And for my birthday, I just wanted to get back in and try to throw some motivation, throw some positivity, throw some inspiration at you because that's what's in me. And I just wanted to kick it back off on my B day. 37 years old today, people. Got the grades coming in. See them. I'm liking how they look. My wife like how they look too, so we all good. But what I wanted to do though is over the last year or so, year and a half, I've been watching videos, I've been, studying, I've been developing every day. And to start my day off, I have a rule that I must watch a spiritual video first. I can't scroll on social. I can't respond to text messages unless it's an emergency. I can't check emails or anything like that. I have to, the first thing I watch is a spiritual video just to get that connection with my faith, get that connection with God, and just put my spirit on the right track to start the day, man. It's so much negativity out there that's just pushed at us immediately. Just on like the Apple News, just tell you about who got killed and what blew up and what's on fire and what somebody who's lost. And it's just, they kick you off with negativity. And why? Why? You have to control those things. You have to guard your heart, guard your soul, guard your mind on what's going to set you up for your day. So I do it with the spiritual video to connect with my God, connect with my spirituality, and then I can allow more things to come in. But what I've been doing over the last year and a half is every day, any little nugget I get from those videos, I would write it on a sticky note because you got to get it out of your mind and get it on paper if you want it to, if you want to remember it or if you want it to stick. Y'all know, just like I do, we don't remember things that we did yesterday. It's hard to remember what we did the morning of by the time it's the end of the day. So I always write things down. And if you could take a look at this here, these are hundreds and hundreds of sticky notes that I've been writing down over the last 18 months or so. And I've been calling it root work. I got that from an Eric Thomas video, one of the guys I follow. But the root work is developing the deep things within yourself. It's looking at yourself in any situation and seeing what you could have done better, what you could have done differently, what messages are in the problems or in the situation that you're in that you can take and help yourself move forward and be better and grow from it. So I call it root work. So what I want to do for my birthday is we're going to go through 5 quick ones, and I'm going to just pick random ones and see if I can remember where I was in that time and what I got from that specific one. Hopefully what I say here will inspire you, will make you think, will make you kind of ponder some things for your own situations and help you to move forward. So just let's get started with the first one. Let's see here. All right. Jesus is praying for me. We have a great high priest who make intercessions for us in accordance with the will of God. So with this one, I remember thinking it was just a great feeling that God is setting things up for me. Making intercessions is setting things up even when I may not feel like I'm on the right track, even when I feel like I failed, even when I feel like I'm not doing things I should be doing, knowing that God is still setting things up for me to succeed, setting things up for me to move forward, setting things up for me to get to the level that he wants me to get to, which is probably higher than I can even imagine. So that was a good feeling, knowing that regardless of my actions, regardless of my performance, God is still making ways for me to grow and develop. And I just got to keep showing up, keep moving forward, and never stop going for it. So that was the making intercessions for me. That's where I connected with that one. So let's go to a second one. Oh, a white one. Yeah, when it's white, that means it's old. That's from the early times. Right. When my actions match my values, I'm winning, and I don't need people to see it or validate it. My Father is keeping score. So that one is that just talks about doing what you're supposed to be doing when you're supposed to do it, regardless if anybody's going to see it or not. Are you going to be a person of integrity? That's what that means right there. Is if you doing what you're supposed to do, God is watching, and God will bless you on those things. It don't matter. I mean, especially in this world that we live in now, man, people want to post everything. And if it don't get enough likes, if it don't get enough attention, they think it's devalued. They think it's not making an impact. It's not worth anything. If you help one person with the things that you do, you've impacted far more than you can realize, because that's probably a ripple effect. That's you helping that one person is probably going to help out that person's entire family or that person's entire circle, because you made that person's day better. And you don't have to get likes for it. You don't have to tell people you did it. You don't have to boast about it. God is keeping score. God will take care of you. God will bless you for blessing others. So that's what I took from that. Hopefully y'all can get something similar out of that. So let's go to the third one. Let's see what we got. All right. Shame doesn't fix anything. Shame only fertilizes the wrong stuff that was already growing. Shame makes you do the same behavior again. So this one I saw, what jumped out for me, the biggest, I guess, was in a relationship. So it's don't don't try to shame your spouse over something that they may not have done the way you would have done it, or the way you thought it should have been done. So that's one I wanted to work on it for myself, is don't try to shame her, my wife, or don't try to shame her, period. Even if it's a little thing, the shame is not going to fix the situation. Communication and the conversation could change the outcome, but the shame is only going to make that problem, make that situation happen over and over, because the person on the other side isn't looking at anything to change. Now they're just setting up guard for the shame to come. See what I'm saying? They're setting up their defense. So instead of you wanting somebody to, I don't know, take the trash out, instead of shaming them for not taking the trash out, try another approach to actually have the conversation of what's missing, why are we missing the trash day, or what can we change in our routine to help make it easier to remember to do that. That's what's going to cause change, versus you jumping on somebody for not doing something, or jumping on yourself for not doing it. Shaming yourself for not taking action towards a goal is not going to force you to take action towards that goal. You're just going to start making excuses as to why you're not taking actions. And then you're going to justify not doing what you know you should be doing. So change the approach. That's what I thought to myself, was change the approach. Don't shame myself for not posting content. Don't shame myself for not doing certain things within the brand over the last year and a half or so. Like, you've been doing the right thing, brother. You've been being a dad. That was number one, most important. Everything else you can get back to later. Hopefully you can take something in your life that you've been giving yourself a hard time about and change your mindset about it, change your approach about it. See if there's some different way that you can talk to yourself and get a better result out of it. Fair enough? All right, let's go to number 4. See what we got, man. We doing a little bit of root work on my birthday, man. I ain't never mad at that. What we got? Number 4. Number 4. All right. Acknowledgement is okay. Here's where I am. Here's what it is. Here's what I did. And here's what I learned. But when you start defending your limits, that's where the problem lies. So and the example he put was, I'm just a late person. So that's somebody that says I'm just a late person, but they're not taking any new actions to change themselves from being late. They're just kind of accepting the fact of, oh, I'm just a late person, or I don't have those skills, or I don't have the resources. When we talking about personal development, or we talking about achieving goals that we want to achieve, is, oh, I didn't grow up in the right neighborhood, or I don't have the right influences, or I didn't have an example growing up. Those are limits that you are putting in your mind, and then when they say you're defending them or you're trying to validate them, is you're giving credence to it, or you trying to create points that goes with that just so you don't have to do the work. That's all it is. If it's a goal that you want to achieve, it's something that you want to do, even if you have zero knowledge about it, we have the internet nowadays. You don't even have to talk to a person. You can just go to Google and start from there. What's the first thing I need to do X? 10 steps to do Y. And then now, for real, if you got ChatGPT, which is free, go in there and say, hey, how do I start a blank? Where can I go to find blank? Give me 10 examples of blank. Dude, there's no excuse now. There's no excuse for you to validate. There's no excuse for you to just live in your limits. We have so many resources now that are free to us, that are given to us every day, just with the same devices that you're probably watching this video on, that you can take action towards any goal that you want. So acknowledgement is okay. So saying that I'm not a great speaker right now, that's okay. But to say I'm not a great speaker, so I'm never going to be a speaker, I'm never going to be in front of people, I'm never going to be on stage, that's when you start to try to validate your limits. And that's when you're creating things just so you don't have to go do the work and be better at those things. Now, I'm gonna just leave that at that, man. Number 5. Let's do number 5, man. We talking long now. Let's get number 5 going out here. All right. Read the comments, then create content off of that. Give people what they want, not what you want to give them. So with this one, I remember it was Eric Thomas that talked about this one. And he told a story about a guy seeing him at the airport and a guy giving him a gift. And I mean, if you know him, man, he's a spiritual dude. He's an ordained minister. He's I mean, he's just a solid dude, man. He's a solid dude, but he's heavy in the spiritual world. He's heavy in his Bible. He's heavy with his relationship with God. So he doesn't drink at all. No alcohol, no smoking. And he said he's never done it a day in his life. The guy that he met at the airport, the guy gave him a personalized bottle of wine. So he created a label on it, put his logo on it, everything, gave it to him. He said it was a nice bottle. He gonna keep it, because it's definitely a nice bottle. But if you know anything about him, he doesn't drink. So the guy gave him what he wanted to give him, but he didn't take the time to do the research. He didn't take the time to do the due diligence to find out what is really of value to the person I'm trying to meet. And that's where I was getting stuck. Was I just wanted to create videos to give people what I wanted to give them, to try to figure out, hey, what can inspire somebody today? What can I do to help them move forward, to help them grow? And what I should be doing is more so asking questions. I should be asking, hey, what are you struggling with? Hey, what's some speed bumps that you've run into recently? Where do you feel like you've plateaued? What do you feel like you're going strong, you're in mode, you're motivated, and then all of a sudden you lose that motivation? What's happening in those moments? And then I can create things off of those. And that could be the same with you. It could be just in relationships. It can be in a work relationship. It could be with your spouse. Is don't try to give them the things you want to give them and then expect them to be as to receive it the way you want them to receive it. Don't try to give them it and do certain things around the house and think that, all right, they're gonna be happy with me now if I'm doing all of this. I'm gonna try to save you some time. Just ask the question. What is of value to you? What's some things that will help you in your day to day? What's some things I can do for you that will help you push the needle forward in your life, and what helps you move things in your life? Hey, baby, what can I get set up for you so you have an easier walkout tomorrow when you go to work? Simple things, people. Simple. So don't try to do all the hard work and trying to figure out what everybody else needs. Ask questions. Ask the questions and then do the answer. Once you get the answer, do that thing. And that's all you got to do. So that's all I got, man. It's my birthday. It is 2:43 in the morning. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down so I can edit this video and get it up hopefully tonight. We'll see. But I love you guys. I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you for always rocking with me. Thank you for always showing love. You guys have always been amazing. And this is just the start of a new chapter of Be Limitless today. We are taking it to the next level. And I hope you guys come on a journey with me. I love you guys. I'll catch you in the next video.